Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be doing practice questions for the poem Haunted Houses for class 10 ICSE syllabus. This is the third part of these practice questions. The first two parts, which include MCQs as well as long answers, are already uploaded in this channel. Also, I have uploaded the one short explanation video for this poem in this channel. Kindly watch it for better understanding and later refer to the practice question videos for revision. Before we start, let us look at what we will be doing in this video. So in this video, we will be continuing haunted houses with stanza-wise analytical, theory-based and critical thinking questions from stanza 6 to stanza 10. These questions are based on deeper understanding and interpretation, similar to the ICSE board pattern. Remember that critical thinking answers should come from your own understanding of the poem and its deeper meaning. Even if the board asks the questions in a different way, the answers will still revolve around the same ideas, themes, and keywords discussed in this video. So make sure you understand the concepts clearly and use important keywords while framing your answers in the exam. So the questions that I have given in this video are stanza-wise. So for each stanza, I have taken the maximum amount of questions or the probable questions that can be asked from that stanza, and we will be discussing the answers together. And later in the end of each stanza, I will be giving you a few critical thinking questions for which we will not be discussing the answers together, but you can give your own opinions and write answers based on your understanding. So now let's continue with the remaining stanzas and explore the deeper philosophical ideas presented by the poet. So let us continue from the 6th stanza. The detailed explanation of this poem is given in the explanation one short video. Kindly watch that for better understanding. So the first question, how is the spirit world described in this stanza? Answer: the spirit world is described as a mysterious world that exists alongside the real world. The poet says that it surrounds humans everywhere, just like the atmosphere around the earth. Though it cannot be seen by ordinary eyes, the poet compares it to the atmosphere surrounding the earth, showing that spirits are constantly present though invisible to human eyes. They float like a layer of atmosphere, they glide and waft through earthly mists and dense vapors. Second question, explain the simile comparing it to an atmosphere. Answer: the poet compares the spirit world to an atmosphere to show that it surrounds human beings everywhere, just as the atmosphere surrounds the earth. Although it cannot be seen, it is always present. This simile emphasizes the invisible yet constant existence of spirits and suggests that the spiritual world coexists closely with human life. They float like a layer of atmosphere, they glide and waft through earthly mists and dense vapors. Now these are the critical thinking questions that you can get from this stanza. Kindly write your own thinking and understanding and give answers. Also, don't forget to justify your answers with points from the text. So let us move on to the 7th stanza. First question, whose lives are referred in this extract? In comparison to whom are they little and why? The answer: the little lives are referred to the present living generation. They are compared to the phantoms because the living humans will die one day and their time on earth is a short period. But the phantoms have died and now they cannot come back to life and forever will remain like that. Human life is described as little because it is short, temporary, and limited when compared to the infinite and everlasting existence of the spiritual world. Now, in your exam, it is not necessary that you should write such big stanzas, paragraphs for the answers, but make sure you use keywords from the text as well as use the important words that help you to describe your thoughts, and try to exaggerate on them to make the points a little more bigger and look like a para in your answer. Not necessary that you should write the exact points, but make sure you're clear and you have clarity in what you're writing and express your thoughts in the paper. Second question, how is balance maintained in their own lives? Answer, balance is maintained by opposite attractions and desires. The base instinct goes after worldly pleasures and enjoyment, and a noble instinct that aspires and has spiritual aims and goals. The poet suggests that human life remains balanced because people experience both happiness and suffering, which together shape and guide their lives. Third question, what are the two types of instincts referred in this extract? Give examples. The answer, the two instincts are base instincts that enjoys and the noble instinct that aspires. The base instinct goes after enjoyment and worldly pleasures, but the noble instinct goes after higher goals and aspirations and spiritual aims. Good instincts include feelings such as kindness, love, and honesty, while evil instincts include hatred and selfishness. The poet suggests that both these instincts exist within human beings and help maintain balance in life. Now, it's not necessary that these should be the questions that should come in your exam, but if at all there are any questions that are twisted, the answers will revolve around these points only, and the answers will be from your textbook only. So learn the textbook properly and you'll be able to answer any question. And you can also use these points that I'm showing. So the fourth question, what is the reason for the struggle between the instincts and how is this struggle resolved? The answer, our little lives are kept in equipoise by opposite attractions and desires. There is a struggle between enjoying life and aiming high. We all experience this. This is resolved by learning how to balance both the opposite forces. We should deal and achieve balance in life. Now, these are the critical based questions that you can get from this stanza. Make sure you prepare yourself to answer such questions based on your understanding and opinions. Let us move on to the 8th stanza. First question, what are referred to as these perturbations and who are affected? Answer, these perturbations refer to the inner disturbances, emotions and struggles caused by the conflict between good and evil instincts in human beings. These perturbations affect the hearts and minds of living people, influencing their thoughts, feelings and actions in everyday life. Second question, what comes from the influence of an unseen star? The answer is, from the influence of an unseen star come our thoughts and actions, and the hidden perturbations within human life. The poet means that invisible spiritual forces silently influence human emotions, behavior, and experiences, even though they cannot be seen directly. The perturbations and spiritual jar of earthly wants and high aspirations comes from the influence of an unseen star. Phantoms refer to our loved ones who have left us and are unseen, but they can see us from the skies. These are the critical thinking questions that you can get from the 8th stanza as well. 9th stanza. What connects the human world to the spirit world and how is it created? Answer. The floating bridge of light connects the human world to the world of spirits. It is created when the moon comes from the gate of clouds and throws over the sea the bridge, the moon of the moonlight. What is meant by the trembling planks? What is its significance? Answer. Trembling planks refers that the bridge is unsteady and not constant. It trembles because water is in motion and flows and it changes, it's not constant. And around this our human fancies crowd and reaches the other world. All our thoughts reaches the ones we have lost and goes into another mysterious world. Now I have explained all of this clearly in the explanation video. If you have watched that, then you will understand this clearly. Third question. What image is created by the floating bridge of light? Answer. The floating bridge of light creates the image of a shining, delicate bridge stretching across the darkness of space, symbolizing a mysterious connection between the earthly world and the spiritual world. It gives a beautiful and dreamlike picture of light linking human life with the unseen realm. Fourth question. What does realm of mystery and night present? Answer. The realm of mystery and night represents the unknown spiritual world that is hidden from human understanding. It symbolizes darkness, mystery, and the unseen life beyond the physical world which humans cannot fully comprehend. They can feel our imaginations and reaches the other world and feel our emotions. These are the critical based thinking questions that you need to answer based on your interpretations and understanding. Now we come to the final stanza, stanza 10. First question. What creates the bridge of light and how is this bridge made? The bridge of light is created by dreams and spiritual imaginations that connects the human world with the unseen spiritual realm. This bridge is made of light because it symbolizes hope, mystery, and the temporary connection between reality and the world beyond human understanding. It descends from the spiritual world. It connects us to our loved ones and is made by our thoughts, memories, and imaginations. Second question. Whose floor is unsteady and why? Answer. The floor of the bridge of light is described as unsteady because it is not a real physical bridge but a fragile and uncertain connection between the human world and the mysterious spiritual world. It appears unstable as it exists only through imagination, dreams, and spiritual mystery. It is delicate and fragile for the spirits to pass. And this is a very important question. Please make note of this. They might ask this in any way. Even if it's twisted, you can use these points and answer your question. Next question. What are the thoughts that wander above the dark abyss? This is also a very important question and it's frequently asked in board as well as school papers. You can take the points and frame your own answers. Answer. The thoughts that wander above the dark abyss are the uncertain dreams, imaginations, and spiritual reflections of human beings. They move between the known world and the mysterious unknown, symbolizing human curiosity and the desire to understand the hidden spiritual realm beyond life. The thoughts for our loved ones, their dreams and imaginations wander and keep us protected. Fourth question, what does dark abyss symbolize? The dark abyss symbolizes the unknown and mysterious world beyond human understanding, especially death and the spiritual realm. It protects us from falling into depression and isolation. The memories keep us safe and keep us connected to our loved ones. This keeps us secure and keeps us from falling into deep sadness like a dark abyss. I have done a detailed explanation on dark abyss as well as the thoughts and bridge of light in the explanation video. If you have watched that, then you can understand that this is just a revision, and also you can recollect all the points that I had mentioned in the previous video. And these are the critical thinking questions that you can get from the stanza. So now we have completed the important analytical, theory-based and critical thinking questions from this poem. Remember, in poetry, understanding the central ideas, themes, symbols and keywords is more important than simply memorizing answers. Critical thinking questions should reflect your own interpretation and understanding of the poem. Even if the board frames the questions differently, the answers will usually revolve around the same concepts we discussed in these few past videos. If you have any additional points or interpretations, kindly share them in the comments. It can help others as well. And if this video helped you, do support the channel. Stay tuned and let us meet again in another educational video. Thank you and happy learning.